We're doing it. We're live. We got it. Hola, Galeras. How are you? I am Joss Blake. Get okay? How's it going? This is Painter's Lunch. We're going to try this out. I want to see if maybe the engagement will be better if we do it a little later. So, that is my attempt today. Plus, I had other stuff I had to do. So, it's not completely brilliant so much as I just was busy. I'm hoping everybody's doing well. I'm hoping everybody's eating lunch like a normal time. Not working through the day without eating food. Today I have the Bevco Mediterranean bowl. It's hummus, it's couscous, I had veggie sausage. It's got olives, tomatoes, spinach, cucumbers, red peppers. It's very beautiful, actually. It's a very beautiful meal. And then I have a regular old coffee with milk. So yeah, also from Bifco. How's everybody doing? I would be sitting in this chair that is special and new, but Tom has decided that belongs to Tom now. So I can't do much else with that. For those who are having a interesting, childlike day of pranking people, good luck to you. I've never really cared for April Fools. I was kind of thought it was stupid, but to each their own, I guess. This week's gonna be interesting. I'm working on some art. I forgot that yesterday was Easter Sunday. For a large swath of people. So there's quite a few of my errands I was not able to do yesterday that I will need to do today. Primarily the gist of everything. I think for the most part, I'm trying to find like this new focus that I've been lacking in the last couple of weeks. I just turned 24. So I just turned 42. Switched it up there. I'm gonna close this. I just turned 42. I have all these plans of what I want to do for 42. I realize it's only been like a week and a half, but I really feel like I'm down. Like I've wasted a certain amount of time where I could be doing something else. I did get a new tattoo. 747. It's official. I finally have it. I've been mostly just kind of working a lot on everything else, including the YouTube. I want to draw more and paint more this year than I did last year. I feel like last year, after I found out that the problems I was having were diabetes, everything kind of slowed down. I suddenly had to figure out how to manage everything. And in that, I think I found kind of my voice. Like my voice again. And that feels good, but it's just, I wish I could be more proactive than I am right now. but I'm just kind of tired. You know, I realize like that's less exciting for some people to hear, but I'm just kind of tired. Like going 100 for so many years has kind of worn me down a little bit. It's definitely made me stop to rest, which I was never really good at doing until recently. I've never gone to sleep before like 2 o'clock in the morning until quite recently. Now I pass out when I pass out and I just go to bed. It's always weird because I remember like staying up late was like a rite of passage. And I think as you get older, like it's just not as important anymore. Like I was worried I was missing out on all the other things going on. But as time has gone by, I'm realizing like there's nothing going on. There's just me making noise in the middle of the night, walking around, having tea, painting things with my paintbrushes, doing all this stuff. And it's kind of strange because I remember reading like all these books of all these authors and how they would their most active hours were like late at night when everybody else was asleep. There were no other distractions going on. And it's kind of what I based a lot of stuff on. But as time has gone by, it's kind of difficult, you know? It's just interesting to see how it goes. Side note, got my new meter in, much smaller than the old one. I freaked myself out today because they swapped my meters for a different company, and I heard this sound, this loud beeping sound, and I could not figure out what it was. I thought it was my computer. I thought it was the iPad. I thought it was a phone. I thought it was my meter. It turns out the battery in the old meter was just going dead. I haven't charged it since I haven't used it. So it was just screaming, and I couldn't figure it out. It was freaking me out a little. Because, you know, you hear a meter scream, and you're like, oh God, what's going on? Why is it screaming so much? So, that is taken care of, which is nice. I need to find my big notepad and write down all the things that I need to do and just like super focus on those things, you know? So I'm working on everything, you know? It's all coming together, but it's just nothing moves at the pace that you want it to move at, you know? Everything that you do has its own motion to move forward. You have to figure out how to move with that motion. Side note, I've been taking cinnamon extract recently, and it's really helped with like my blood sugar. So I feel pretty proud about that. It's a nice little bonus. I like cinnamon, so it's kind of nice. I've been taking like these cinnamon gummies, but as time goes by, I kind of feel like I should be a better adult and just take vitamins at this point. Particularly when you're taking something to regulate your sugar and the thing has sugar in it. Seems kind of silly. What's up, Ghost? How you doing? I like that name, West Coast Design. That's cool. So, most of the things that I've been working on, like I said, are kind of up here right now, and they need to be on the canvas. So I'm gonna buy some more sheets today. I could just cut from my giant roll, but I haven't really felt like doing that for a while. So I'm gonna put that to the side. And I'm just gonna focus on what I think I need to do for momentum. I think there's a lot of times where like artists get kind of stuck trying to figure out what momentum and like what forward motions they're gonna go into. No, I don't think you think of it that way. But you got these projects you want to work on. You got these ideas that inspire you to move forward. And then you just kind of have to go for it. I have the abstracts that I'm working on. Even they, to an extent, kind of haven't really grabbed me as much as they did last year. So I'm trying to figure out how to go forward. Hello, producer Tom. I have this really comfortable chair. This is like a wood chair, but Tom's asleep in it. So it is what it is. I could run him off, but he just looks so comfortable. I can't do it. He's cute and he's beating me. Hola. Hello, Tina. So for the most part, I'm just I've been making a lot of film and putting out like little quick videos. I always imagine like these like massive films, but I don't know that the audiences I have are, I don't want to say attentive enough, but they they don't watch long form stuff. So it is what it is at that point. Like you do have to understand your audience to some extent. Like make for yourself, but like you have to be realistic about whether your audience is like a 45 minute to an hour and a half type crowd or not. I don't think I have that crowd. I think they like art. I think they're a fan of me. As some of you tell me sometimes, which is wonderful and amazing, but I do not know how to respond to that. Um, so yeah, making it for the short attention span folks out there, the ADHD kids. And that's what the pause button is for. Okay, well, Tina's got an idea for all you people. So yesterday, Alec wanted to go see the new Ghostbusters film. It was cute. It was really cute. Like it had some very sweet moments. I hated the main character because children. No, bad little teenagers who don't give a shit about anything. Drive me insane. But it was good. It was quite good. I always tease Alec because like the main little girl, who's like a teenager now, in a very like vague, not so much way, looks like she's cosplaying as Alec. She's got curly hair, wears glasses, very, very smart, does her own thing. Is very cute. So, I think that may have that may be the thing that endears me to her the most, honestly. And mostly like all the people that people like in Ghostbusters are there, who are still alive. And it was okay. I mean, it's just an okay movie. But I mean, the Ghostbuster movies were just okay movies. I think that's the weird thing for me, is that people have like this weird nostalgia about how these movies like changed their lives. And like, you don't watch that. You don't have the Ghostbusters theme on your phone. That's not your ringtone. It's just funny because I always see that. I see people who are mad about when they make sequels or remakes to films, and people get all worked up about it. And it's just very interesting. Like I've been a Dune fan for most of my life. I like the books. The films were okay. The new films are much better than the old films. The TV series I thought was really good. I want to say that the TV series is probably the first time I ever saw James McAvoy as an actor. I liked him a lot, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with all this stuff. But you know, I do find it funny though because I keep hearing people go like, "Ah, they just keep making remakes and reboots and all this stuff," and why don't they make something original? And I'm like, "But you don't watch original things." I'm like, y'all keep watching these TV shows and movies that are themselves either continuations or reboots of older things. So it's just funny to me that like this is the gripe that people have. But like these are the things that you watch. Like most of Netflix is made up of other stuff that's compared off of other stuff. 90% of them are like based off of like books. Well, you have this whole book crowd that like dislikes most things a lot of times, and it's not wrong. I mean, it's not wrong to have an opinion about it. I will agree with you on many things. That there's a lot of stuff out there that's really bad. It's poorly done. It's poorly executed, but it's not because it's a remake. It's just poorly executed. Or in some occasions, the original stuff isn't that good either. Like they're weird. You guys love these like little kind of sci-fi films and series, and they're just kind of okay. And it's always funny to me because like the people who argue with you about it are also the people who've like they never had an interest in the book whatsoever. Then they watch the series and they're like, "Oh, okay, I'll read the book." And I'm like, "That's cool," but it's just interesting. The fork has us like this. It's just interesting to see how it all kind of comes about, you know? To see how inspiration is then refined or modified. I just like that. I think it's interesting. I think it's very intriguing how that works. So, I don't know. I don't know. I keep thinking about what I want to do for my hand tattoo and which hand to get it on. I'm thinking about my right because I don't have a lot. All I have on my right side of my body are these guys. So like here would be a good spot. It's gonna hurt like hell though. I keep thinking of like the Abuela engines. I'm sorry, the Abuelo engines, and I think that'd just be really cool. So I'm wondering how I'm going to do it because it's not very big, and it's kind of a painting that had a lot of details and stuff to it. So I need to make a simplified version of it to then bring to my tattoo artist and see what they can do. So it's always interesting. I do think that like people, I've grown up around a lot of tattoo artists throughout my life. So I think it's interesting that like people don't consider the factor that like when you bring art to a tattoo artist, they themselves are then going to do their artistic representation, their artistic interpretation, and thus represent it through the medium of tattooing. Like you can't create something on a flat space and then expect like a curved, rigid, rocky space to do the same thing. So I'm intrigued. I'm working on it. I'm thinking about it. I'm putting it up here. And that's pretty much the gist of it, honestly. I finished my food. I still got my coffee. I need to take the extract. And my day will continue. I hope you're well. I hope you enjoyed last month's Painter Files podcast. It's still available everywhere that you listen to podcasts. And thank you to my patrons. You guys are wonderful. You do incredible things for me, Galeras, and I appreciate it every day. And there'll be another video tomorrow. Recorded, obviously, not live. But I hope you're well. I shall see you later, Galeras. Be well. Painter out.